Good evening. Thanks for joining us, and you're watching the evening edition of News on 2. I'm Amin Carlos. Now, Labuan MP Dato' Rosman Isli has quit UMNO to join Parti Warisan Sabah. And he said after considering the needs of the people and listening to advice from many quarters, he made the decision to ensure that Labuan continues to be developed in various aspects, especially economy.
Dato' Rosman said he will not let the people of Labuan be left behind, adding that the only way to make sure that Labuan's development stay relevant, the administration need to work closely with the government of the day. He said prior to GE14, he had actually started pushing for more collaborations with the then Barisan National Government. As for his current political struggle for the people, he wants Labuan to work together with the new leaders in fighting for Sabah's rights in accordance with the Malaysia Agreement 1963, known as MA63.
Hari ini mengumumkan saya saya join ataupun saya menyertai Parti Warisan Sabah. Saya akan menyerahkan permohonan untuk join Parti Sabah dan keluar daripada parti lama saya, iaitu Parti UMNO.
Dato' Rosman, who has been the Labuan MP since 2013.
The Royal Malaysian Police are currently in the midst of an internal reshuffling of its officers and personnel, which is expected to be completed by year-end. Now, the reshuffling involved some 600 officers and personnel from the Special Task Force for Anti-Vice Gaming and Gangsterism, known as STAG, a Special Task Force on Organised Crime, STAFOC, and Special Tactical Intelligence Narcotics Group, STING.
Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi Harun said the reshuffling will also involve other departments of the police force as parts of effort to ensure that the police force is an enforcement agency with high integrity and credibility and reduce the element of corruption amongst its officers and personnel.
Gunakan jawatan daripada STAG dan STING ini berjumlah 600 lebih ini untuk kita strukturkan semula. Jadi proses ini sedang berjalan pada ketika ini dan kita berharap sebelum akhir tahun ini proses ini dapat kita selesaikan. Ada daripada jumlah 600 tadi, 167 kita distribute atau dish out kepada jabatan-jabatan lain.
Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi said the process is being conducted in stages as it will also involve filling in positions of unit heads and officers who had recently retired or were transferred.
Well, police arrested a couple involved in robberies and thefts around Seberang Perai Utara in Pulau Pinang. The duo, aged 31 and 34, were arrested in the vicinity of Kepala Batas during a two-day operation.
The Adi group, consisting of 8 men and 2 women between 18 and 26 years, used white Perodua Alza rental cars to carry out their activities.
Penjenayah akan bergerak secara berkumpulan 4 atau 5 orang. Suspek akan menahan mangsa iaitu warga negara Bangladesh di tepi jalan dan membawa mereka ke tempat tinggal mereka. Sebaik sampai di rumah mangsa, suspek akan memperkenalkan diri sebagai polis dan menggeledah rumah mangsa serta mengambil barang-barang berharga milik mangsa dan terus melarikan diri.
Following the arrest, the police have solved 7 robbery cases involving police impersonators in the Dang Wangi and Gombak areas. The suspects are being detained under Section 395/170 of the Penal Code for gang robbery by impersonating a civil servant. The charge carries a maximum 15-year jail term and caning.
Police arrested a couple involved in robberies and thefts around Seberang Perai Utara in Pulau Pinang. Now, the duo, aged 31 and 34, were arrested in the vicinity of Kepala Batas during a two-day operation.
Seberang Perai Utara District Police Chief ACP Norzaini Muhammad Noor said authorities also seized various items, including jewelry, wallets, identification documents, and 4 stolen motorcycles. The suspects were active in the vicinity of Bagan Luar in Butterworth, Bagan Lalang Mandin, Jalan Raja Uda in Butterworth, Sungai Puyu and Kepala Batas. The male suspect was also tested positive for drugs. The case is being investigated under Section 394 of the Penal Code for voluntarily causing hurt in committing robbery and Section 379 of the Penal Code for snatching.
UMNO President Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi today showed up at the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC headquarters for yet another round of questioning on Yayasan Akal Budi.
The former Deputy Prime Minister was his jovial self and waved to the press when he came out from a white SUV at the lobby of the MACC headquarters at 9:15 a.m. It was the second time this week that Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid had been summoned by the Commission. On Wednesday, Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid spent 8 hours at the MACC as he was interrogated over alleged misappropriation of funds belonging to his family-run foundation. The former Deputy Premier was first questioned on the Yayasan issue on July 3rd. He was then asked to explain claims that the 800,000 ringgit belonging to the foundation was used to pay off credit card bills. Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid is the chairman of the foundation, which was set up by his family with a mission to receive and administer funds to help the poor as well as provide Islamic education. The Bagan Dato' MP also had his statement recorded by the MACC on July 2nd, but that was believed to be on investigations into the One Malaysia Development Berhad 1MDB scandal.
21-year-old man was sentenced to 12 years in jail and 9 strokes of the cane on 3 counts of armed robbery at a laundry outlet and also a 24-hour convenience store last September. And Justice N. Priscilla Himamalini of the Sungai Petani Sessions Court sentenced Muhammad Zulfikar Nazrik Muhammad Zahir to 4 years and 3 strokes of the cane for each charge, ordering the sentences to run separately.
On the 26th of September, the accused pleaded guilty to 3 charges of armed robbery. According to the first count, Muhammad Zulfikar and 2 accomplices, who are still at large, was charged with robbing a woman in front of a supermarket in Sungai Petani on the 10th of September. On the second count, the accused is alleged to have robbed a laundry outlet in Bandar Puteri Jaya on the 11th of September. Whereas on the third charge, the accused is alleged to have robbed a 24-hour convenience store along Jalan Cinta Sayang on the same day. The CCTV recording of the robberies that took place in the 24-hour convenience store and the laundry outlet went viral on social media.
Well, a lorry driver who was caught driving against traffic flow at kilometer 432.5 on the southbound lane of the North-South Plus Expressway near the exit to the Sungai Buaya Toll Plaza in Hulu Selangor last Sunday was charged with reckless driving at Kuala Kubu Baharu Magistrates Court today.
The accused, G. Alagendran, 37, however, pleaded not guilty to the charge which was read out before Sessions Court Judge Azmil Muntapa Abbas. Alagendran was charged with driving an Isuzu lorry with registration number BNV 6378 in a dangerous manner which resulted in an accident with a similar lorry with registration number WD 6228B at the Plus Expressway at 7:01 p.m. 7 October. He was charged under Section 42, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987 and faced an imprisonment of up to 5 years and maximum fine of 15,000 ringgit if found guilty. Deputy Public Prosecutor Khairul Lazwa Yusri Muhammad, who prosecuted, offered bail of 10,000 ringgit in one surety, but Alagendran, represented by lawyer Amirul Nazri Anas, requested for a minimum bail on grounds that he was the sole family breadwinner and had 4 children. The court then set bail at 9,000 ringgit in one surety and fixed 15 November for mention.
The Malaysian Border Security Agency, AXIM, yesterday arrested 2 lorry drivers and seized 2 trailers loaded with 68 tons of crushed rice worth 400,000 ringgit at the traffic lights junction near Pekan Pokok Sena, Kedah.
AXIM Commander Abdul Latif Abdul Rahman said the rice was brought in from a neighbouring country and will be taken to a factory in Pulau Pinang to be mixed with the existing supply of rice. The seized rice was taken to AXIM headquarters in Anak Bukit for further inspection before it is handed over to the National Paddy and Rice Regulatory Section for further action.
MOD kalau lihat itu dia pengiranya adalah makanan binatang. Beras hancur, kurungan makanan binatang. So, kemungkinannya tadilah mungkin untuk sebagai bahan campuran pada beras-beras yang saya ada campur. Ada sekarang kalau pasaran ada yang 10% hancur, ada 5% hancur. Kemungkinan untuk itu kemungkinan.
Abdul Latif said this in a press conference held at the AXIM headquarters in Anak Bukit, Alor Star.
The Malaysian Meteorology Department has advised the public to be cautious as the monsoon transition period will bring in strong winds and heavy rain until early November, especially in the east coast of the peninsula. Now, it's said the northeast monsoon season is set to strike Kelantan and Terengganu during the first week of November, followed by Pahang and southern Johor.
Met Malaysia Director General Alwi Bahari said 4 to 6 series of heavy rain will occur the whole of November until March next year, with the strongest rainfall occurring between November and December. Pahang and Johor are also expected to experience heavy rainfall in December and January, with the potential of causing floods.
Untuk musim tengkujuh, kita cuma lazimnya merujuk di negeri pantai timur Semenanjung, itu negeri Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang dan juga Johor, begitu juga Sarawak dan Sabah. Kadang-kadang apabila keadaan atmosfer ataupun keadaan hujan itu merebak luas, dia akan tempiasnya akan pergi ke negeri-negeri pantai baratlah seperti Perak, Selangor, Negeri Sembilan dan Melaka.
Alwi said this after attending the 2018 National Climate Forum at University Malaysia Pahang in Kuantan today. The public can obtain the latest weather information through the Malaysia Meteorological Department Facebook or Twitter page, its website, worldwideweb.met.gov.my, mobile application My Cuaca, or hotline at 1300 22 1638.
The Malacca State Government has set aside an allocation of some 700,000 ringgit for 2 flood mitigation projects in the Malacca Baru area. Now, the projects involve the upgrading of a concrete drain measuring 440 meters long and the building of a pump house and floodgate in Sungai Putat.
Aikro Assemblyman Kirk Chi Yee said works on the projects, jointly coordinated by the Public Works Department, PWD, and the Drainage and Irrigation Department, DID, will commence in early November and expected to be fully completed in May 2019. He said once the projects are completed, it will finally solve the problems faced by more than 10,000 residents for the last 10 years.
So kita jangka seperti yang saya sebut tadi, selepas pembersihan longkang yang berlaku dan juga pembesaran longkang dan pemasangan floodgate dan juga pump ini, kita boleh increase the capacity untuk sistem perairan di dalam taman-taman tersebut.
Speaking to the media after a discussion with the state PWD, Kirk said Majlis Perbandaran Han Tuah Jaya MPHTJ will also be involved in the cleaning up program of the area twice a month or depending on the severity of the weather.
Communications and Multimedia Minister Gobind Singh Dio today said the cabinet has decided to temporarily suspend actions under the Sedition Act. And according to him, the decision was made during the cabinet meeting yesterday. Gobind said the cabinet's decision will be communicated to the Attorney General, who will then decide on the next course of action to repeal the contentious law.
Since we are going to abolish the Sedition Act, action under that act should be suspended temporarily. A decision was made by the cabinet yesterday.
1 month. The Puchong Member of Parliament said this after opening the e-commerce entrepreneurship summit in Sri Kembangan, Selangor today. The government is committed to repealing the Sedition Act as promised in Pakatan Harapan's manifesto in the 14th general election, and it should be tabled at the next sitting of Parliament. That concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, bogus cops on robbery spree busted by police. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon.